We're taking a live look at the Inner Harbor, and as you can see, quite damp, dreary, but you know what? I'm anticipating storms are on the way. Hello, everybody. I'm Nikki Zizaza. Welcome to WJZ News at Noon. We are tracking storms that will impact your plans this afternoon and potentially your commute home. Let's get right over to First Alert meteorologist Rochelle J to time things out. Hey, Rochelle.
Hey there, Nikki. You're right. We've got more storms on the way. We had a round last night into this morning, and we have issued an alert date for that risk for storms that is developing in parts of western Maryland right now. May still take a while to get to the Baltimore metro area. But here's a look at some more information on that. We're looking at central and eastern Maryland. We've got downpours, possible intense lightning, as well as gusty winds. And we're really looking at that time frame between about 2 and 8 o'clock this evening. Here's a look at First Alert radar. We've got a couple of showers that are already on the radar right now. You can see those trying to pop up and move through areas around Washington County, moving into Frederick County. Our friends in western Montgomery County also going to be dealing with a couple of showers there pretty soon as they make their way out of northern Virginia. As far as current conditions right now, we're sitting in the 70s and 80s. Now, we do have, with that high level of humidity that storms are going to feed off of, we already have a couple of spots in Maryland that feel like the 90s right now. So let's take you through the next couple of hours before things start to pick up. We've got those storms that will start to develop again early this afternoon. We're watching that time frame coinciding with the evening commute. Last day of school for some kids. That drive home, that bus ride home could be a bit bumpy with storms developing. Heavy rain possible, high levels of humidity allowing those storms to feed off of that as we go into this afternoon. Now, next time I see you, we're going to take a look at futurecast. We'll talk about how much rain we'll see and another alert day for potentially stronger storms for your Thursday. And that's not it for the alert days in the 7-day forecast. We've got more for heat. That's coming up, Nikki. We'll take a look at that in a few minutes.
All right, well, let's take a live look from the WJZ Outback on this First Alert weather day. It's sunny now, but it's the calm before the storm, if you will. Rochelle, not an ideal last day of school weather-wise for families in Harford and Howard counties with a flood watch issued there less than 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, so we're keeping an eye on those and that forecast as the kids are wrapping up the school year, getting on the buses and coming home this afternoon. We've got a lot of areas, though, that are under that flood watch. We've got the increased risk for some flash flooding. Now, we did get some damage reports from some of those wind gusts with storms overnight, and typically you wouldn't expect to see those wind gusts that we had knocking over trees, but because the ground is so saturated, that kind of makes things a little bit more susceptible to seeing those damage reports coming in. So this is where we have the flood watch. It's for a good portion of our area outside of Cecil County as well as the eastern shore. We'll keep an eye on that forecast. That goes through 8 o'clock this evening. So as far as severe weather goes for today, wind gusts going to be a big concern with some of those storms as well as the risk for some heavy rainfall. We've got the flood watch, so we're expecting the potential for some downpours. We could have some very quick moving storms dropping a lot of rain in a short amount of time. So here's a look at First Alert radar. Most of the area is quiet. We're watching these couple of storms that are now starting to make their way into Washington County, out of West Virginia, out of Virginia into Montgomery and Frederick counties. We'll take a look at futurecast here, lining up pretty nicely with where the storms are as of the top of this hour. So I'm going to take you through this afternoon. Watch how these storms continue to push eastward, and we're seeing those warm colors, oranges and reds, indicating the potential for thunderstorms and that potential for heavy rain as we go 4 o'clock. Evening rush hour, heading home from work and school, and we continue with the possibility of some of those spotty, scattered areas of some heavier showers and stronger storms as we go into this evening before things start to quiet down. Outside right now, I want to show you the feels like temperatures. We've got high levels of humidity and it's warm out there. It feels like 99 degrees right now at the Inner Harbor. Feels like 90 in Westminster. Feels like 90 also in Queenstown, out the door in Easton for lunch. It feels like 94 degrees. Let's get into your neighborhood and on your corner for Baltimore City for today. High temperatures are in the 80s before you factor in the humidity. So we'll be feeling like the 90s this afternoon, and we've got even warmer air that's on the way in the 7-day forecast. Got a lot going on in the 7-day. Let's go ahead and break it down. It's warm again for tomorrow. We've got yet another alert day for for the risk for some storms. We also have the potential for heat indices, or those feels like temperatures, to inch closer to 100 degrees. But as far as the storms go, 2 to 10 o'clock, so a very similar time frame to what we'll be watching for today. Damaging winds, hail, and downpours possible for the entire state of Maryland. It quiets down, but it warms up as we go into the weekend. A stretch of quiet weather, including AFRAM weekend. And then, Nikki, we've got a pair of alert days, at least a pair of alert days for temperatures, air temperatures before humidity close to 100 degrees early next week. Today is the first of a few alert days that we have in the next 7. We're watching storms developing. Got a couple of storms already moving into Montgomery County. We'll continue to watch them as they move eastward. Downpours, lightning, gusty winds concerns for today and for tomorrow as well. Our alert day for your Thursday, that is going to be due to strong storms, some of which could be even stronger than what we see for today. It quiets down, but it's going to be warm the next few days afterward. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, AFRAM weekends looking like a hot one. And Nikki, it gets even warmer by early next week. We've got temperatures flirting with 100 degrees before you factor in the humidity. So we've got alert days for the heat for next week that may even extend into the middle of next week as well. But we get the rain out of here. It's just going to be warm, rather hot and humid.
Oh.